My
What's
opinion
going
on
on? Tick
Microsoft
Games Network here,
Activision
man. And I
acquisition.
wanted to talk to you guys about the Microsoft Activision acquisition. Yes, that was a lot to say, man. But y'all heard of the news, and there's been a lot of people talking, but y'all ain't hear no information about ticks. So I want to wonder, like, what the future really holds. Like, in my opinion, Microsoft just acquired all of the amazing first person shooter developers. Bethesda, Doom, Quake, we got 343, as well as we got Sludgehammer, Infinity Ward, and I don't know the other studios. So they own a lot of first person shooters studios. Now my question is that with some of this talent that's just laying around eating cookies in the office, is some of this talent gonna go over to help 343 with Halo? Like, is it possible that we can get like a newer Halo feel or some improvements to the gameplay mechanics of Halo, like based on all the talent that they have? Like, not saying that 343 ain't do a good job. I'm just saying that a lot of Bungie fans compare 343's product to the Bungie version, and some of those people don't like it. That's why they play Destiny. So if Activision talent came to 343, would we get a better Halo experience? Will we get like a smoother, a crazier, maybe even a little bit faster? Like, can we get that Unreal Quake slash Doom slash, I don't know, could they make something crazy with the Halo engine? Or would Microsoft invest a whole new studio to build a whole new IP? What do you guys think? I think some of the talent needs to go and be outsourced on other projects. Like, they don't need to be sitting in their native studios. I've been working on Call of Duty for my whole career. I don't want to go over there. No, take your butt over there and go develop some new skills. Make some better games. Go help another studio, because, you know, why are you sitting around paying you waiting for the next Call of Duty every week? Like, maybe you can go over to 343 and take some of the talent and talk about new mechanics or add some new stuff. Like, me personally, I think I want I want Halo Infinite to have a Guardians mode. Like, I like Halo 5 Guardians. A lot of people have mixed reviews, but I think if we can get some of the developers that worked on Advanced Warfare to do a mode at 343, Advanced Warfare mode, or no, not Advanced Warfare mode, Halo Guardians mode, and it's a little bit faster, and you'd be like, and it has like a fluid feel to it, bruh, I think that'll be hot. So I'm just thinking about that, like what Microsoft really got up their sleeve, or like some of you people in the comments say, is Microsoft not going to use the talent and just let people just rot? I don't think Microsoft wants to do that. Microsoft is a business, and you know they want to make sure they keep you on the gaming as a service, gas. You know, they want to keep you on that. So I think it's important for them to tweak current content, create new content, and perfect the FPS. Make it the best FPS of studios of all time. Like, who is Microsoft competition in first person shooters? EA Battlefield? Okay, we got Respawn Studios. Respawn, you know, they do a good job. Respawn, A1. The DICE engine, I'm not a fan of it. Like, I feel like EA need to go rebuild Medal of Honor, like, and build it correctly. Like, build a real Medal of Honor to compete, versus spending all this money on Battlefield. Who else in the FPS market? We got Bungie, Sony exclusive studio. I think Sony had to buy Bungie because, granted, Sony don't really have no FPS talent. Like, I mean, the people that made Killzone, Resistance, like, they cool, but they ain't got that groundbreaking fanboyness. You know what I'm saying? I think Sony need to sit down with Ubisoft and create a new studio to redo SOCOM. Like, I think the people, what's that game called? The Division. The Division is I like the Division. A lot of people don't, but the Division has that SOCOM feel, but SOCOM was a little bit smoother. I think SOCOM needs to have a proper build up with some mechanics between Bungie, Ubisoft, and maybe some of the people that did Killzone. Like maybe they can come up with something that can be an amazing product line. But I don't know, man. Like I think Microsoft has the competitive edge when it comes to the first-person shooters genre. Period. Like they own first-person shooters. You tell me in the comments, who else? Who else can own? Who else can compete with Microsoft's first-person shooter talent? I'm not a fanboy, but I'm just saying, boy, who can do it? Can you tell me who can do it? I don't think none of you can do it. So, the future of Microsoft's FPS talent and FPS shooters. I mean, Valve got, what is that other game? I think Valve is weird, man. Like, I just thought about that. Valve, they got first-person shooter talent, but with Counter-Strike and, Left 4 Dead and what's that other game they got? But Valve don't be pushing heat out like that. I mean, Valve is, whoop-de-whoop. Microsoft got Overwatch. Like, they got a lot of FPS talent. But Valve could come out with, they just come out with a product here or there. Like, Valve don't need to make games to make money. These dudes about to drop a new Steam Deck in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Valve really don't need to make another. That's why we ain't get a Left 4 Dead 3. They like, we ain't gonna make that. We gonna make something else. Like, they don't really make anything worth my time. Like Counter-Strike, those fans, people, they love that game. Like, I try to play Counter-Strike. I'm not hardcore enough to play Counter-Strike, but it's for somebody else. But who do you think can compete with Microsoft's first-person talent? Like, I think they just did the Infinity War. They got the gauntlet. Like, yeah, who could compete? Microsoft got Bungie, granted. EA still got the DICE engine and what's those boys' name? I keep Respawn Studios. They got IPs that they can play with. I think EA should remake Black. Black was one of my favorite games, and I think a lot of people slept on Black. I forgot about Ubisoft in this conversation. The Far Cry and Ghost Recon. Ubisoft first-person shooters, I think they're a hit or miss. Like, they're not bad, but sometimes they just not good. Like, I'm not about to sit up there and play a Ubisoft FPS for 40 hours. Like, I don't think it's hardcore enough. Like, I don't get that enjoyment. Like, after I play the game and I put it down, I'm not going to play it again. It's like there's no retention. Not retention. There's no repetitive play on a Ubisoft first-person shooters. Besides, what's that game called? The Division. I think the Division 3 was going to be amazing because it has to have cross-play, because that's the issue with that game, is that the community is fragmented and it's on console to console. But the new one, good job, Ubisoft. Like, just keep making those. The Far Cries, they do well with those. But other than that, I don't really know what's cracking. EA got Crysis. EA has a lot of FPSs that are underdeveloped, in my opinion. I feel like EA, they wanted to do Anthem. Who approved that? Don't approve that. They need to call me. I tell them exactly what they need to do. Medal of Honor, a real Medal of Honor experience. Get them to make a real Medal of Honor. Make a new story to go head-to-head with the boy, Microsoft. If not, Microsoft about to be running circles and nobody's going to play anybody else's first-person shooters, because currently Microsoft is the king of first-person shooters. I'm just saying. Based on what they own. For real. Call of Duty's the king of FPSs. And everything that they got, the development technologies, the engines, everything they got. Microsoft's the king of FPSs. You might not agree. I'm not here to hurt your feelings, but that's just what it is. This was the Inner Circle Games Network.